Hello everyone, so today I'm gonna talk a little about the Aquael Versamax filter, a very handy filter. Uh, I'm using it for this turtle tank for my 5-month-old turtles, and it does its job pretty well. For such small water volumes it's actually quite perfect. It's also very neat to use in nano aquariums, like for those for shrimps. It's very small, silent. You can even adjust the water volume it filters. Only problem is it has a design flaw in which it leaks. So probably a lot of you have returned this filter because of this. The problem with the filter is that as it gets clogged up with dirt, as you can see here, the filter has an overflow safety, so it doesn't overflow here, as you can see because I removed the cap. It will flow through here and back in your tank. The problem with this is though that the mouth of this side, you can see, has a little hole in it, and that hole is over the edge, just over the edge, and because of capillary forces water will seep in on the edge and flow around this here, and it will drip under the filter, as you can see here. But fortunately there is an easy and cheap fix, so I will show you how to do it, and later as a bonus how you can improve your filter medium in the Versamax filter. Okay, so let's get started. Here's the Versamax Mini Filter. I've cleaned it up a little, and for this job you need a scissor, very important, some pond foil, or actually any foil that's similar and could do the job, some cotton buds, and aquarium silicone. I've chosen a black color because it nicely fits the color of the filter, but you can use any color of your liking, even transparent silicone. So let's take the filter apart to get to the root of the problem. I've also done a further modification to increase the length of the plastic tube to my required depth with another silicone tube segment. So let's take this part off. Okay, now you can see much more clearer where the problem is. So this carved hole here is the problem, because water seeps in through here, and because the hole is much higher than the edge of the filter, capillary forces will determine the water to rise up and eventually drip down the filter. So what we have to do is to basically lower the edge of this hole to be closer to the actual edge of the filter, and we're gonna cover this one up with the pond foil. Okay, so we're gonna take the foil, measure the required size. You have to cut it a little bit higher than the lowermost edge, because the tube will come over it and it won't fit again if you cut it too big. But it's no problem, you only need a few millimeters to lower the edge. Okay. So simply cut the foil, and you actually need two pieces just to be sure. Will probably work with only one, but for safety reasons and to avoid further leaking, I've chosen to glue one foil on this side and another one on the back side. That way, if one fails, you have the other one as a backup. Okay. Okay, so we have two pieces of pond foil that we're gonna glue here. First, you need to make sure that the area is nice, dry and clean. I still have some silicone left over here from the previous fix. I've taken it apart just to make this video, and I'll glue the foil again. Make sure to clean the underside too. Good. Looks pretty good. Nice and clean and dry. So now what I'm gonna do is open my silicone tube. Alright. So I've opened the silicone, and with the cotton bud I'm just gonna take a little silicone out. You don't need very much, so make sure to reseal the tube once you are done. Okay, let's get one of our foil fragments. Okay, apply a thin layer of silicone on one side, and just apply the foil starting from the upper ledge here. You can see again that my foil is slightly shorter than the lower ledge, because, as I said before, the plastic tube needs to also fit here. Okay, I'm gonna also apply some more silicone around, just for extra safety and to be extra watertight. You can use a toothpick for this, or actually any tool you get your hands on. It just needs to get the job done. Great. And we'll repeat the process for the other half. Alright then. So another layer of silicone on the other half. And I'm just gonna apply it here. As you can see, it fits nicely. And then you can press the two halves together and they will stick nicely. I'll apply some extra silicone around them just to be sure, and you can use maybe some latex gloves to avoid getting dirty like me. I'm sure most of you will do a far better job than this at this than I did, but hey, as long as it doesn't leak, it's fine. Alright. Good. So this is basically it. As you can see, I have lowered the edge here, and that will prevent water from rising up and dripping down. I'll just let this dry overnight, and we can reassemble the filter after that and see it in action. If our cheap fix will do the trick. Next, I'll show you how to improve your filter medium to enrich it without buying the upgraded pack. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you how to improve your filter medium. Let's take this apart. So, this is your filter medium for the Versamax Mini Filter. These are replaceable cartridges, and you can buy such 3 packs, and they have some filter wool and the sponge. They are upgraded packs with carbon, but they cost more. So what you can do, you can take one of these cartridges, take the sponge out, and then I have carbon. As you can see, you can get this in higher quantities. This one is from Eheim. It's important to get finer carbon. You will see soon why. Just take a carbon, place a little on your filter, on your cartridge, and just gently move it around a little, and the carbon will fall through the plastic sheet inside the compartments, just like in an upgraded version. Just repeat the process a few times until the compartments are almost full. And now you have improved your filter medium with active carbon. Just place the sponge above, and it's done. You can insert it in your filter. You just have to be careful when you wash your old cartridge to first wash your sponge and rinse it, and then put it back and rinse the wool, because otherwise the water will push the carbon again out. It's better to actually wash your old cartridges and use them for as long as you can, since they will get colonized with bacteria, and you'll have a biological filtration together with the mechanical one and the chemical one. Okay, so we'll have to wait until tomorrow for the silicone to dry, and I'll show you the end result. And we're back. The silicone has dried overnight, and I've reassembled the filter and installed it into my turtle tank. As you can see, the turtles have made quite a mess without the filter. And here it is. Let's plug it back in and see if it worked. This is the maximum setting, maximum filter volume. And as you can see, there is no water leaking, dripping. Everything is nice and dry, and all the water is flowing on this side. I'm gonna show you again the edge with the fix. As you can see, the edge has been lowered. Water is no longer seeping up. Well, that was it. A quick fix for the Versamax Mini Filter. Hope you enjoyed it. You know the drill. Like, subscribe.